We're the Hidradenitis Suppurativas. If you've got HS, you'll want to meet us. It's not your fault, put the shame to a halt. HS divas know how to have a ball. The Hidradenitis Suppurativas. Put the shame to a halt, cause it's not your fault.
I'm super excited today. Of course, I'm here with Bryn, but we have some guest speakers today. Parish and Joey are both men with HS. They're in our HS Connect inner circle. And we just always love picking their brain and having real raw conversations with them about their journey with HS, because we know it's just different, you know? And so we're going to hear a little bit from them about things that they've learned and how they can help other men who are living with HS. So do you have any questions for them, Bryn?
Well, of course, always. I think one of the things I would love to talk about is we know, as women, what it's like to be in the dating world as women. But what is it like to be in the dating world as a man with HS? And how do each of you handle, do you tell someone about your HS before? Do you, what does that look like? Because that's a question we commonly get is, do you tell someone? Do you not tell someone? What does that look like? So Joey, go ahead and go first. Tell.
Yeah. Definitely. I felt like in the beginning stages of dating when I wasn't that confident about living with HS, there's been times I didn't say anything because I was, too embarrassed and feared rejection. But as time went on and I got more comfortable about living with my HS and my body, I kind of gauge it out to see how that person is. And I don't know, I guess I look for qualities of are they open-minded? Are they understanding? Those are the main qualities that I look for. If they have an open mind and they're understanding, if they're empathetic to people, then I'm usually more likely to open up and let them into my world. And because I feel like, not everybody needs to know, it's not not to put more negativity on an STD or anything, but it's not like an STD. You don't have to disclose that with someone. So, and some people just still don't understand. So I feel bottom line, everybody doesn't necessarily have to know. And I just got to see that they have an open mind and they got a good heart. And then I'll let them in, because that's a very sensitive topic still sometimes. So you don't want to start talking to someone and start building a connection and for that connection to be disconnected just because you were being truthful for them about something that, bottom line, they have to accept it if they're going to be your partner.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, P? How you feel?
Me, with my experience with dating, it's tough. It's tough. In the beginning, I could hide it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really have to tell them much. And, I could pass by having, just a regular bump, Band-Aid on it. It's cool. But when it made it to the areas where it's hard to hide, it's you got to think about when to tell the person. Because, I had females that I was dealing with. They didn't know I had it, in the lower area. I'm thinking to myself, it's going to be times where I have to get intimate. You know what I'm saying? Do I just straight up tell them or let them see it and then explain it? So going through situations like that made it rough. And certain females don't understand. They don't care. Some of them will talk about you like you just so nasty. I had that time. It was rough. And it just seemed like the girls that really care and can listen to you and understand, it's I like them, but it's I don't want to have to settle. Now, I mean, that's where I'm at right now. I'll be having a deal with trying to let a woman into my life, knowing that I'll be at the doctors all the time, days I can't really move. So it's picking the right time to explain to a female. And you could tell just by, talking to them or dealing with them, you can feel their energy. So I go by energies when I'm talking to a new female or a quick one without even having to explain. I could just tell them, go check out my Instagram. Go look up my name on Facebook. So that could just exit out me having to explain stuff. They could just look at it and be like, oh, okay. And then they'll hit me back all right, I see what you're going through. And if they want to jump into it with me, they can do that. But if not, it's yo, just go ahead. Because, getting older, life is getting short. And it's I can't be playing around with this. I got to have somebody that really cares. So it's rough finding somebody to understand.
Yeah, I just want to also add on to what you're saying about like being intimate. Like you can disclose that you have HS with somebody before being intimate,
Yeah,
and when it leads up to the intimacy, those feelings just still can conjure up. You know, now I feel like I don't know if you ever had that feeling, like the nervousness. That's when it really gets intensified. Like the moment
yeah,
before things get, you know, to that level still. So like I don't know, you can tell them before things pop off, and then right when it's about to get hot and heavy is still like for me personally, you know, like I've
yeah.
struggled with that sometimes too, where it's like even though I put it out there, it's still a struggle for me sometimes.
All right. So for the struggle part, do you deal with, because there was a point in time I had a real bad infection. I was flaring crazy. Erectile dysfunction. You ever dealt with that?
Yeah, definitely, man, because it be in your head, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially
Mental.
someone like me, like I'm not just sleeping with anybody, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Mhm.
that's kind of always been my character even before like, you know, dealing with HS and stuff. Like I always felt like I have to have some sort of connection with somebody to
Yeah.
reach that level. So that's going to mean that I'm inactive. You know what I'm saying? So that's not typical for most guys, especially, you know, most guys, you try to talk to them and they like, yo, you bugging, bro. Like it's all in your
Mhm.
head. And it's like, it's not in my head, bro. Like
Yeah.
now another layer comes into it because you got to disclose you got HS, you inactive. So now there's this high expectation, like you're gonna kill it once you get to that. And if you don't, you know, do your thing in that area,
Yeah.
how she gonna feel about that?
Yeah. That mental part with the man. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Because the
definitely,
females.
oh, definitely. But again, going back to a partner who truly understands in like moments like that, it's just like them reassuring their man, like, no, you good. Like we gonna work through this. Don't worry about it. Like,
No, you're right though. That's a word, man. Because I be trying to figure out them times where you don't think about you have a drought. Say you go 6 months without getting something. You know
right.
what I'm saying? You don't really think about it till afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's been a while. Then it's like the mental part, like, all right, let me try to get back into it. And then trying to talk to new girls, it's like, oh, I got to start all over, try to go
Right.
back to the old ones. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Absolutely.
Picking up this conversation. I know it's
Mhm.
not always comfortable, but like obviously we've had you guys on the podcast before. If you guys missed that episode, please circle back and watch it because we asked just different questions and I can see their growth
Oh,
from that episode to this
100%.
episode, just the level of comfort they have
Yeah.
speaking about their journey. So it makes me so proud. But Parish, you said something that made me even more proud. It was like, well, I have goosebumps. It's so crazy. I don't want to settle. And I think I'm so proud of you guys for reaching that level
Mhm.
of, because I think it's almost even easier for men to settle and just because women, you guys are good looking men, they shall flock to the right, and they're good men.
Mhm.
So I know that if you wanted to go out to yesterday and find somebody that you just wanted to fill that void, to not be alone, right? You can do that. But you know that you don't want to settle. You know that you don't want to keep having this conversation with women who don't deserve your time and don't deserve your heart in that way. So that's really awesome. Like that's a really sacred place to be at in your HS journey.
Well, and we were talking about this yesterday, like is from a female perspective and it's interesting. I don't know if it's resonating with you, but like the same exact issues that we have. We had an episode that we were talking about like sex and vulnerability and how there's so many factors that play into just that whole intimacy journey with a partner and how sometimes we're unpacking these feelings that we've had for a really long time or something may come up that like just absolutely kills the intimacy. And how do you deal with that with a partner when it's like it's not you, it's me, I promise. But it's
Right.
hard to like share those feelings and thoughts with somebody because we don't even fully understand them yet. Because they're new feelings that have come up for us that we've shoved down for so long.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting to hear you guys talk about that too, because I wondered what that was like on the men's side, and now I'm just like, okay, it's very similar to what we deal with as
Yeah.
females when it comes to this
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Yeah. Then I'll be looking at couples, especially, couples with the guy HS. And like I wouldn't know what it's like. So I just listen, their experiences. But being a single man trying you know what I'm saying, that it get extra difficult because I'll be like, I don't think I'm gonna ever find somebody like that to really accept me for me 100%. So that's something I'll be struggling with. Just like, will I ever find one?
You will. You're so deserving of that. Absolutely. Yep.
I have a question for you guys. So, if you guys don't mind explaining just a little bit in depth, how do you navigate the societal pressure of like having to like be the man and be macho and be what's supposed to be like to some women a breadwinner and like, but days, there's some days where you need to put in that sick day, you need to take time off, or you're not always going to be working if you're getting surgery, or there's just so many different parts of HS that can impact your financials or the way that you go to work regularly. So what advice would you guys give to any men who feel like they can't be in a relationship because of their HS because of those things?
You got something, Joey?
Yeah, definitely. So like giving advice to men who feel like, can you say that again? My bad, sir.
What advice would you give to men who have HS who feel like I'm never gonna be that man that a woman deserves? Like they're not even trying to date because they're like, I miss too much work, or my HS is HSing all the time, and
Yeah.
they already counted themselves out from the job that they want to do, the person that they want to be with, the family that they want to raise, and they're just kind of isolating. What advice do you have for them?
I feel like masculinity, like if they're feeling like they're less of a man, that's a journey that they're gonna have to go on to discover like who they are. Because I used to feel like that a lot of times in the past, but it like ultimately I had to come to the conclusion like masculinity is defined by like my terms and what I look at it as. So being a provider doesn't necessarily mean you have to go out and necessarily bring home the bacon. Like if you're unable to do that physically because of your HS, like you can make up for that in other areas. Maybe your wifey can go out and bring home the bacon, and if you're able to take care of the house and do what you do, like you're still providing. When she comes home, she's still going to need support. If you guys have a child, you're going to have to support your children. So like you're still providing, but I think a lot of the times men equate providing with bringing home a paycheck. And there's so many ways, so many other ways other than bringing something in financially that you can provide to your partner. So yeah, definitely don't get harp on it, because there was a point in time that I used to feel like that, but now I reached a level in my life where my health comes first. And I'm not afraid to put that PTO in or take a sick day if I can't show up, because everybody knows what I'm living with. So it's not no secret, and my health comes first. And I just reached that point where like if I need to take a mental health day or a flare day, I'm just going to put that in. And it is what it is for me, because I reached that point where I don't feel like I have to live up to society rules of what a man should be and how a man should conduct themselves. Like that's the best way I can put it. They definitely got to go on their journey and find out what it is to be a man from their perspective, being provider, being honest, being compassionate and empathetic. So that's the piece of advice that I can give them. Like just go on your own journey and find out what it is for you to find those core values.
That's so good.
Word.
How about you, P?
Yeah, little little advice I got, because that's something that I've been going through for about a good solid 5 years. Like being a man, doing stuff, going to work, dealing with women, they with you all that, and then you lose everything. Your body gets shut down. So the advice I got, be ready for change.
Mm.
Don't be scared of it, because it's gonna change a lot. You go from being a man to not being a man, needing help. So it's okay to get help. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. And adapt to it. I had to learn how to adapt. I went from working, moving around, performing, doing this, boom, disabled. Can't walk. I've been disabled for the last 4 years. So it's like I'm trying to get my body back working together. So you really gotta stay the mental part. try to stay positive with whatever going on. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's something that I was struggling with, trying to stay positive with your life changing. You can't drive. You can't do the people. You was the guy that everybody would call. You know, try to get something or need some advice, need help, but now you can't do it. So I say don't let that get to you. Like if you can't get up, can't go nowhere, can't pick somebody up, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Take your time. You got to get your health. Got to get it back right. And sometimes you got to put off other people for it. And when you really get the mindset of I know what I got, I know how to handle it. I'm ready for whatever it come at me. Your partner can see that, you know what I'm saying? So if the right partner is with you, she'll see, oh, he holding it down. He dealing with all of this, and he's still a man at the end of the day.
Yeah. You just took the words out of my mouth because I was going to add on to your point saying, like, if you're in a relationship with the right partner, she's not going to make you feel that way.
Yeah.
She's going to support you, and she's probably going to be the one to tell you, slow down, babe.
Yeah.
Take a day. You need to
Mhm.
take a day. You're doing too much. So, like, yeah, just to add on to your point, the right partner is not going to make you feel like any less of a man just because you're not able to go out there and, bring home a paycheck.
Yeah. 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 You got to find the one that can really be there and help pick you up. Like they say that just regardless, anyways, but like when HS, like we really go be needing that pickup. And if you got the right one, that's always a plus, you know what I'm saying? Because when you're dealing with women that, my experience, women that I was with, dealing with, say it's a relationship, but it's not, but it is. When they see your life change and you're not doing what you used to do, they fade away. And it's like, I thought you loved me. You're acting different. So just watch out for the actions, that they speak louder than words. So just watch.
Yeah, and I think there's a journey piece to this that you like the right partner will want to walk with you on your journey and be
Yeah.
with you at every step, and not every step is forward. Sometimes there's steps backwards. And the right person will be there and walk with you as you're going, and a lot of times reach out in front of you if you start falling behind. So
Yeah.
it's super important. I mean, I always say we're just not meant for everybody.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're a special breed. We deserve a special breed of people, to help us along the way. I feel like when I envision us with our emotional baggage and all of the baggage that comes with HS, like I don't have enough money to pay for all of my bags to get on the plane, to come with me because there's so much unpacking to do that like we talked about this, Joe, like a couple of weeks ago, just that we shove everything in down and we
Yeah.
just hold on to whatever the next obstacle is in front of us. And there's so little time that we spend processing any of the stuff that we've dealt with in the past, any of the medical trauma, any of the trauma that you experienced by being told by somebody that you're gross or whatever in those experiences. And we just like shove them down and keep moving. And
Yeah.
going back and unpacking that shit is heavy, but it's also so necessary for our growth and the ability to like get to the point where you guys are, that you're like, I deserve a good person. I'm worthy of that regardless of my HS.
Right.
In some ways, because of it, I deserve someone even better, So yeah, it's a really interesting thing when you start looking at that. And I mean, I'm just getting to that point personally myself. So it's interesting to see you guys talk about it and hear so much of the same things that the females deal with as well. Okay, talk to me, Joey, about this men's group, the HS Brotherhood, that is.
Yeah. Yeah, so as you know, I don't know when this video will be released, but we're kicking off a men's only private group, and I'm super excited for that. I got a few guys that are excited about it to join. I just been kind of messaging guys privately, but it's growing and it's growing, and I just can't wait to kick things off. Hopefully, we're looking at February of kicking things off, and we just been crossing our T's, dotting our I's, and I think it's much needed in the community, especially with men, because like you kind of touched on it a few minutes ago, like the thing with men when it comes to being vulnerable, I've learned like there's not, women can be vulnerable anywhere. It doesn't matter the setting, right? Like girls can be in the bathroom and just let it all out. It doesn't, but with men, like we have to really create a safe environment, and there's not really too many safe environments for a man to be vulnerable. But one environment is like the barber shop. Like there's so much stuff that I disclose to my barber. And I kind of want to recreate that atmosphere of like this is a safe space with the men's group virtually. And you know, it's all men there. So you're getting it from a male perspective from every angle. Plenty of doctors are involved. So if there's any questions in regards to a fella's HS and how should they handle it, there's going to be plenty of medical providers there to give us some medical insight. So I'm just super ecstatic about getting this off of the ground because it's much needed in the community. And I think this is how we change the narrative by doing things like this and creating groups like this and letting them know like it's okay to talk about some of your biggest insecurities. And the more the guys continue to do this and practice it, the better they're going to become about vocalizing these emotions. And the men's group is going to be the perfect place for any male HS warrior to do that. So fellas, if you're interested, send me a message on Instagram so I can get your information and we can send you an invite to participate in the brotherhood.
Yes, and we'll have it on our website too, and I know you're going to be there. I was also overwhelmed by the number of male physicians who said that they wanted to take part in this group.
That's what's up. Yeah.
For HS,
Some heavy hitters in the HS community are on board with this, so I can't get out of the bag. But if you're a male living with HS watching this, you want to join the brotherhood.
Yeah. And some of it, I think, is just knowing that other people feel or experience the same thing changes the entire way you feel about it. Because with HS, there's so much isolation.
Right.
But other people having the exact same experiences you have, you're like, oh my God, this isn't me. This is everyone, and I'm not by myself, and you know, not strange or weird or whatever. This is a common thing that's happening.
Yeah.
So that I think helps, that starts that desire to open up more and start to unpack those things, because you feel like a sense of community just naturally in that way. So yeah, I can't wait either. I'm so excited. I mean, I won't be there. So it literally is limited to men only. There will be no females involved.
Sorry, ladies, we love you. We all about inclusiveness, but for this one, no girls allowed. Sorry.
For the fellas.
That you guys deserve a safe space.
Yes.
On the internet, you know, to be able to share your stories and be vulnerable and like she just said, know that you're not alone in those struggles. So I'm excited to funnel some people through there, because I have had quite the amount of men, and it's like, but we don't know what to do with them.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes people DM us and we're like, praying for you, but I don't I don't know how to connect you with somebody else who resonates with your story when it comes to the men. So thank you so much, you guys, for taking the time to speak with us about some vulnerable things and opening up this men's group. I think we're, like we say it all the time, but we're just scratching the surface on the community driven projects in the HS community. And so this is just obviously one of many, but we cannot thank you guys enough for all that you're doing to make it happen.
You guys make
Thank you. You know, honestly, I want to be able to do what I do without the support from the community. You know, Brand, Cyd, everybody else, Parish, so many people, too many people to name. Like, you know, seriously, I say it all the time, but this community has changed my life in ways I would have never imagined. You know, it helped me discover my purpose. So I'm super thankful for the support, the endless support that I received from, you know, my fellow beautiful warriors.
Hey, I got it too. Well, you got it. Let's talk.
And guys, please keep it up for other male HS warriors watching this. Keep it up. There's no competition. The more, the better.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We're in this together.
Yep.
So Beautiful. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today. I appreciate it. We love having you as per usual. I'm sure we'll have you on the next season as well because we just can't get enough of you guys. But thank you for being such wonderful spokesmen, literally, for HS and for other males with HS. And I can't wait to see what your brotherhood group brings and what you guys are doing for the community. So thank you both again. And we will see you guys on the next episode.
All right, sounds good. Thank you. Thank y'all.